Welcome back to our channel. You know old is gold, but these rare coins that are most valuable than you think. Don't spend these coins if you have these coins. Please watch complete video. Let's start this. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could instantly change your life. A single, tiny piece of metal that has the power to turn ordinary collectors into millionaires. Sounds like a dream, right? But for those who recognize rare opportunities, dreams become reality. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most coveted coins in American history, the 1960 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny error. 1 cent, yet worth nearly $1 million in today's market. Yes, you heard that right, $934,000. If you own one, or even suspect you might, what I'm about to reveal could be the most exciting financial moment of your life. Let's rewind to 1960. America was buzzing with change. Rock and roll was on the rise, the space race was just beginning, and families were dreaming big. Amid all this, the United States Mint was producing billions of coins, mostly ordinary pennies meant for everyday transactions. But among these billions, a tiny fraction bore an extraordinary mistake: the D Mint Mark Lincoln penny error. Most people didn't notice it, and that's exactly why it became so valuable. Imagine walking down the street with a penny in your pocket, completely unaware that you were carrying a potential treasure. Humorous, right? One small coin, so unassuming, sitting quietly in a jar while its twin could sell for nearly $1 million. Here's where things get interesting, and why collectors are willing to pay astronomical sums. The 1960 D Lincoln penny error is not just rare, it's incredibly sought after. Experts explain that errors like double die strikes or misaligned mint marks are nature's way of creating scarcity. Scarcity drives demand, and demand drives price. This isn't just a coin, it's history, an investment, and a status symbol all in one. Now, here's the kicker: only a few hundred of these coins exist in pristine condition. If you have one, you're holding something far more valuable than a car, a luxury watch, or even a small house. Think about it for a moment. While most people are tossing their pennies in jars or wallets, unaware of what they possess, savvy collectors are scanning estate sales, old coin collections, and family keepsakes, hunting for that single mint mark that could make them instant millionaires. Fear of missing out? You should feel it. Because opportunities like this don't wait. They disappear into private collections, never to surface again. And that, my friends, is the thrilling tension of the coin market. One moment you could hold a fortune, the next, it could be gone forever. So, what makes this coin worth $934,000 today? First, rarity. Second, historical significance. Third, the perfect market conditions. Collectors are wealthy, passionate, and willing to pay a premium for authentic, certified pieces. Imagine that. A coin smaller than a quarter could put you on a billionaire's radar, change your lifestyle, and cement your place in history as someone who recognized the value when it was right in front of them. Now, here's the part that matters most. You don't have to leave this video wondering. Check your old coin jars, your childhood piggy banks, even those dusty boxes tucked away in the attic. The coin that seems ordinary might be extraordinary. And if you do find a 1960 D Lincoln penny with a mint error, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a key to wealth, legacy, and the kind of financial freedom most people only dream about. Remember, these coins are highly sought after. The market is competitive, and the window to sell or invest at the right moment is finite. Time doesn't wait, and neither does the collector's market. If you act now, you could turn a simple penny into an extraordinary fortune. And isn't that the kind of story worth telling? One where ordinary objects become the gateway to a millionaire lifestyle. So, the question is, could your coin jar be hiding $934,000 in plain sight? It's time to find out. The treasure isn't just in history books, it could be in your hands. Don't let opportunities slip through your fingers. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could instantly transform your life. Not a lucky lottery ticket, not a speculative stock, but a tiny, unassuming 1-cent Lincoln penny, minted in 1969, bearing the mysterious D Mint mark. One small stamp that could be worth nearly $1 million today. Yes, you heard that right, $981,000. It sounds almost like fiction, doesn't it? But for collectors and coin enthusiasts, this is very real. And for those who are sitting on forgotten coins in drawers, attics, or old jars, it could be the key to an entirely new chapter of wealth and opportunity. Now, before you scroll past thinking, it's just a penny, let me ask you, how often does a penny turn into a six-figure windfall? Rarely. Almost never. And that's exactly why this coin is so coveted, and why you need to pay attention right now. Because what you think is small might actually be monumental. And there's a reason collectors are willing to pay eye-watering sums to get their hands on one of these. Let's dive deeper. The 1969 D. Lincoln penny isn't just any coin, it's a legendary era coin. Only a handful of these exist in the world, and their rarity has driven their value to astronomical levels. The D mint mark from Denver should have been perfectly centered. But on these rare pieces, it was struck twice, leaving a ghostly shadow that instantly sets it apart from every other penny minted that year. Think about it. Millions of pennies were minted in 1969, yet only a few have this mistake. That scarcity creates a feeding frenzy among collectors, investors, and museums. And here's a little secret. While most people are busy tossing loose change into a jar or passing by their old coin collections at garage sales, savvy collectors are paying attention to the details. The tiniest errors that make coins truly priceless. You might be sitting there thinking, it can't really be worth nearly $1 million. But in April 2023, one of these exact coins sold for $981,000 at auction. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that just paid someone's mortgage, a dream vacation, or even the down payment on a mansion. And here's the kicker, the market is only growing. These coins are more than collectibles. They are status symbols, tangible proof of wealth, rarity, and discernment. And here's a fun thought, what if your junk drawer penny is secretly $1 million coin? Don't laugh. People have walked past fortunes dozens of times without realizing it. That's both the fear and the thrill of rare coin collecting, the fear of missing out on a life-changing find and the excitement of discovering it before anyone else. So, what does this mean for you? It means if you have old Lincoln pennies, especially from 1969 with a D mint mark, you could be sitting on a fortune just waiting to be claimed. But there's a catch, the clock is ticking. Rare coins like this don't stay hidden for long. As the collector market intensifies, competition grows, and prices rise. The longer you wait, the higher the stakes, and the greater the risk of missing out entirely. Imagine the thrill of taking a simple, forgotten penny and turning it into a life-altering sum. Not just wealth, but freedom, security, and the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. That's why experts recommend having rare coins professionally appraised and selling through reputable channels. Because millions are at stake, and precision matters. So here's the real question. Will you leave that fortune in a drawer, forgotten and dusty, or will you take action today? Because in the world of rare coins, timing isn't just important, it's everything. And for the few who act fast, this isn't just a penny. It's your gateway to a story of wealth, luck, and opportunity that people spend their whole lives chasing. So, check your collections. Look carefully. That tiny coin with a mysterious D could be your ticket to nearly $1 million payday. And remember, fortunes aren't found by accident. They're found by the bold, the curious, and those willing to seize the opportunity before someone else does. Imagine holding a coin so rare, so astonishing, that it could change your financial future in a single moment. Now picture this, a humble Lincoln penny from 1971, with a mint mark so elusive, so extraordinary, that collectors across the nation are willing to pay close to $1 million just to own it. Yes, you heard that right, $956,000. And yet most people walk past it, completely unaware of its power. If you're sitting on old coins in a drawer, you might be sitting on a fortune. The question is, do you know which ones are worth millions? You might be thinking, a penny? Really? Well, let me ask you this. What if that penny was the key to unlocking a financial opportunity most people only dream about? Today, we're diving deep into the 1971's mint mark Lincoln penny era, a coin that has collectors in a frenzy and investors seeing green, both literally and figuratively. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why this penny is so valuable, but you might just realize the treasure hiding in your own collection. Let's travel back to 1971. The United States Mint was churning out millions of pennies, ordinary, everyday coins designed for daily transactions. But in the intricate dance of minting, errors happen. And sometimes, those errors create legends. One such legend is the 1971 Lincoln penny with a doubled die obverse. In plain terms, this penny's liberty and date appear slightly doubled, a subtle but critical anomaly that turns a mere cent into a collector's dream. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Imagine the thrill of discovering one of these rare coins among your loose change. Your morning coffee coin jar suddenly becomes a gateway to nearly $1 million. That heart-pounding excitement collectors feel isn't just about money, it's about owning a piece of history that very few can claim. And here's a little secret: the demand is skyrocketing. Every major auction sees intense bidding wars for these coins. It's a market that moves fast, rewards the knowledgeable, and punishes hesitation. And speaking of hesitation, did you know people have literally thrown away these coins, thinking they were just pennies? Yes, pennies that today could fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars have been tossed into jars, drawers, or worse, trash bins. Don't be that person. Right now, your old coins could be silently appreciating in value while you sleep, completely unnoticed. If you've ever felt that pang of regret for missing out on a rare opportunity, now is the time to act.so. How do you know if your coin is one of the rare 1971 Lincoln pennies worth nearly $1 million? First, check for the doubled die. Look closely at the date and Liberty inscription. If it's doubled, congratulations. You may be holding a coin that could instantly elevate your wealth and prestige in the collector's world. And make no mistake, this is not a passing trend. The market for rare pennies is hotter than ever. Serious collectors and investors are willing to pay extraordinary amounts because they know the supply is finite. Once these coins are gone, they're gone forever. Here's the exciting part: owning a coin like this isn't just about money, it's about legacy. Imagine telling your grandchildren that you were the one who discovered a rare coin worth almost $1 million. That story alone is priceless. But beyond the story, the financial opportunity is immediate. Auctions, private sales, and collector networks are actively seeking coins like yours. Every day you delay could be a day someone else grabs your fortune. So, here's the final thought: don't let a simple penny slip through your fingers. Inspect your collection, search through that change jar, and recognize the hidden value that's been under your nose all along. The 1971 Lincoln penny with the mint mark error isn't just a coin, it's a key to financial freedom, prestige, and excitement all rolled into one tiny, unassuming piece of copper. Remember, in the world of rare coins, timing, knowledge, and action are everything. Your next step could turn pocket change into a life-changing fortune. And while most people will never even know this opportunity existed, you now have the knowledge and the power to act. So open those drawers, dust off those coin collections, and let the hunt for hidden treasures begin. The next $1 million penny could already be in your hands. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in your hand, a coin that could transform your life overnight. Not just any coin, but a 1973 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a rare error so coveted that collectors have paid nearly $1 million for one. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, it's real. And if you're watching this today, there's a chance that a coin sitting in your drawer could be your ticket to unimaginable wealth. Now, before we dive in, let me ask you, when was the last time you really checked your loose change? Could one of those ordinary pennies be worth $988,000 or more? Crazy to think, isn't it? And if you're scoffing at the idea, hold that thought. By the end of this video, you might be reaching for your coin jar with a new kind of excitement. Here's the truth: errors like the 1973 no mint mark penny are extremely rare, and the market is fiercely competitive. Only a few exist in pristine condition, and collectors are practically begging to get their hands on one. That's why knowing what to look for and acting fast can literally be life-changing. And yes, if you've ever dreamed of living a lifestyle where money isn't a worry, this is exactly the kind of opportunity that makes that dream real. So, what makes this penny so special? Normally, every US coin carries a mint mark, a small letter indicating where it was struck: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But in 1973, due to a unique production quirk, a handful of Lincoln pennies were struck without any mint mark at all. To the untrained eye, it's just another penny, but to the collector's world, it's a rare treasure beyond imagination. Now, here's where it gets even more exciting. Imagine you stumble across one in your change, or tucked in a coin roll you forgot about. That ordinary penny suddenly becomes a golden ticket, worth nearly $1 million. I know it sounds like one of those get-rich-quick stories, but this is real, verifiable, and the market demand is skyrocketing. In fact, coin auctions in the past few years have seen record-breaking bids for these exact pennies. And here's a funny thought: how many of us have tossed pennies into a jar thinking, they're just pennies? Meanwhile, someone somewhere is looking at that exact coin thinking, I'll pay anything for that. That tiny, overlooked piece of copper suddenly becomes the most valuable thing in the room. The lesson here? Value isn't always obvious. Sometimes it's hidden in plain sight, quietly waiting for the right person to notice. But here's the catch, and this is where urgency kicks in: these pennies are extremely rare. Every day, more collectors and investors are scouring estates, coin collections, and even their own drawers. The clock is ticking. If you have one, or even suspect you might, waiting could cost you millions. Fear of missing out isn't just a phrase here, it's reality. And that, my friends, is why knowing the exact details of this coin is so crucial. Let's talk numbers. The current market value of a 1973 no-mint mark Lincoln penny in pristine, graded condition? A staggering $988,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for what most people toss aside as spare change. And while the average collector may never see one, the reality is every coin has a story, and every story has a potential ending you could cash in on. But this isn't just about money, it's about seizing an opportunity. It's about recognizing hidden potential, taking action, and stepping into a lifestyle where wealth isn't just a dream, it's tangible. Think of it this way: someone somewhere just got a phone call about a coin worth almost $1 million. That could be you. That could be your 1973 penny sitting quietly in a jar. The difference between being the collector who cashes in and the one who walks away empty-handed? Awareness and timing. So, check your drawers, your old collections, and even that dusty change jar. Every coin tells a story, and if you have a 1973 penny without a mint mark, you're holding more than history. You're holding power, wealth, and opportunity. And remember, the market is red hot, collectors are hungry, and the chance to cash in doesn't wait for anyone. Don't let $1 million opportunity pass quietly into someone else's hands. Check, verify, and act. That small copper circle in your pocket might just be your gateway to the life you've always dreamed of. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could instantly transform your life. Not some fantasy, but a real, tangible treasure, hidden in plain sight, in your pocket, or tucked away in a drawer. Today, we're diving into one of the most coveted numismatic mysteries in the United States, the 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Yes, a penny. But not just any penny. This tiny piece of copper has captured the attention of collectors worldwide, and right now, one flawless example could be worth $876,000. That's nearly $1 million for a coin you might have glanced over as a kid. Now, before you start frantically checking your couch cushions, let me tell you, this isn't just about money. It's about discovery, timing, and owning a piece of history that commands respect. But there's a catch: the window of opportunity is closing, and every day, another potential collector snatches up these rare treasures. If you've ever dreamed of turning old coins into life-changing wealth, stay with me. You won't want to miss a single detail. Let's rewind to 1975. The United States Mint was in full swing, producing billions of coins for everyday use. But in the chaos of production, a small batch of Lincoln pennies slipped through the cracks, literally missing the mint mark that usually identifies where it was struck. This tiny omission turned a common penny into a numismatic marvel overnight. You see, in the world of rare coins, mistakes like this aren't flaws. They're golden tickets. Here's the part that will make you gasp. In pristine condition, this penny has sold at auction for nearly $876,000. That's right, almost $1 million for a coin smaller than your thumbnail. Just imagine, a coin you probably used to buy gum or a soda could now fund a luxury vacation, an investment, or even a legacy for your family. And here's the kicker, there are only a handful in existence today. Every time one appears on the market, collectors swarm, driving the price even higher. Now, I can almost hear you thinking, surely this is just hype. But consider this, unlike stocks or trendy investments that can vanish overnight, coins like the 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln penny are finite, tangible, and historically significant. Once it's gone forever. And let's be honest, wouldn't it be better to be the person who found it rather than the person who missed it? And if you're worried about dusting off your piggy bank, don't worry. I promise it's easier than training your cat to do taxes. So, what makes this coin truly extraordinary isn't just its rarity, it's the story it carries. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most incredible wealth isn't printed in a bank vault. It's hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone with vision, curiosity, and a bit of courage. For the 30 to 65-year-old coin collectors watching this, you know the thrill of uncovering a hidden gem, the rush of seeing its value skyrocket, and the pride in turning history into a tangible fortune. But here's the truth, the market for these coins is insatiable. Collectors, investors, and enthusiasts are competing fiercely. Each day that passes, another coin disappears into a private collection, and the next opportunity might never come. The 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just a coin, it's a chance to secure your place among the elite few who truly understand the power of rare collectibles. If you happen to have one tucked away, now is the moment to act. The combination of rarity, historical significance, and demand has created a perfect storm of opportunity, and this storm won't last forever. Take a closer look at your collection, explore your options, and imagine the life-changing possibilities. Because sometimes, the most extraordinary opportunities are hidden in the smallest, most ordinary-looking things. So ask yourself, will you be the one who discovers it, or the one who only reads about it? The 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is waiting, and for the right collector, it could mean a legacy, a fortune, and a story that will be told for generations. Don't let history pass you by. Sometimes, it comes in the form of a single, shining penny. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could instantly transform your life. Not just any coin, but a piece of history, a rare gem from 1976, minted in Denver, the Lincoln penny with the coveted D mint mark. Now picture this. While millions of these pennies quietly jingle in wallets or collect dust in drawers, one perfect era coin, yes, a single penny, has a market value of $922,000. Pause for a second. That's not a typo. $922,000 for a coin smaller than your fingernail. Can you feel your pulse quicken yet? That's the kind of opportunity that stirs excitement, urgency, and a little bit of fear, the fear of missing out on wealth hiding right under your nose. But let me ask you this, have you ever wondered how something so small, so ordinary, can become extraordinary overnight? If you're anything like me, or like the savvy collectors who have turned rare coins into six-figure fortunes, you know that hidden treasure often lurks in the most overlooked places. And this 1976 D Lincoln penny? It's more than a coin. It's a passport into a world where history, art, and sheer luck collide to create staggering wealth. Now, here's where it gets truly fascinating. The 1976 D Lincoln penny isn't rare because there were few minted, far from it. Millions rolled off presses in Denver that year. What makes this coin extraordinary is a unique minting error, a flaw that transforms a mundane penny into a coveted masterpiece. Imagine a tiny misalignment, a double strike, or a striking anomaly in the metal, a subtle defect that most people would overlook but collectors are willing to pay nearly $1 million for. Picture the excitement of the first collector who discovered this error coin. The moment of recognition, the adrenaline, the sudden awareness that a fortune was now in their hands, it's the kind of thrill that doesn't just come from investing, it comes from finding something rare, something timeless, something valuable beyond imagination. And here's the kicker: the market is hungry. Wealthy collectors are constantly on the hunt, and a coin like this, it's the ultimate trophy. Let me sprinkle a little humor here. Imagine your old penny jar at home turning out to be a secret vault. That mundane pile of copper coins you've ignored for decades could literally pay for that luxury vacation in the Maldives. Or your dream yacht. Yes, a tiny penny, heavier than your wildest dreams of financial freedom. It's almost poetic, isn't it? The universe hiding fortune in plain sight, waiting for someone smart, or lucky, enough to claim it. But don't let excitement cloud your sense of urgency. Every day, coins like the 1970-60 Lincoln penny are discovered, authenticated, and sold. Every missed day is a missed opportunity. And with current collectors willing to pay $922,000 for one of these era coins, hesitation isn't just risky, it's expensive. So, what does this mean for you? If you're sitting on a collection of old pennies, or even a humble jar of coins gathering dust, this is your wake-up call. You don't need to be a professional numismatist to recognize value. The key is awareness, timing, and action. The 1970-60 Lincoln penny with the rare mint mark error is more than a coin. It's a ticket into an exclusive market where wealth, history, and prestige intersect. Imagine transforming forgotten coins into life-changing assets. Imagine joining the ranks of collectors who have turned ordinary cents into extraordinary fortunes. That feeling of holding something rare, knowing its value, and having the power to sell it to the highest bidder? That's the thrill that can redefine your lifestyle. For those who act now, the rewards are tangible. For those who hesitate, the opportunity slips quietly away into the hands of others. So, here's your question: could one small coin in your possession be worth almost $1 million? The answer is yes. The next step? Don't let it sit idle. Seek, inspect, authenticate. Because in the world of rare coins, fortune favors the vigilant and the brave. That 1970-60 Lincoln penny is not just a piece of copper, it's proof that extraordinary wealth can come from the most unassuming places. Remember, treasures often hide in plain sight. And the time to act is now, before someone else claims what could be yours. That's not just opportunity, it's destiny, waiting in the palm of your hand. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could change your life forever. Not just any coin, but a 1978 Lincoln penny, no mint mark, a rare minting error that has collectors and investors across the country practically salivating. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, it's just a penny, let me stop you. This isn't pocket change. This is the kind of coin that has quietly sold for a jaw-dropping $889,000 in today's market. Yes, you heard that right, almost $900,000 for a single tiny piece of copper. Most people walk past this very penny every day, thinking it's worthless. But you and I? We know better. We know that in the world of rare coins, a small misprint, a tiny anomaly, or a missing mint mark can turn something ordinary into a treasure that commands a king's ransom. And that, my friends, is exactly what happened in 1978 with the no mint mark Lincoln cent. Here's the thing: the government minted billions of pennies that year, but a select few slipped through the cracks without the Denver or Philadelphia mint mark. That tiny imperfection, almost invisible to the untrained eye, has created one of the most sought-after coins in modern history. Imagine for a moment realizing that the small change in your drawer could actually be the golden ticket you've been dreaming of. Now, you might be asking yourself, why is this coin worth so much? Well, the answer is simple yet fascinating. It's all about scarcity, history, and human desire. Collectors will pay enormous sums for something that's both rare and verifiably genuine. And the 1978 no mint mark penny hits all the right boxes. Only a handful exist today in top condition, and that scarcity has created a frenzy in the market. Picture the excitement of a collector holding this penny under a magnifying glass, heart racing, knowing they might just be staring at a life-changing fortune. That's the kind of adrenaline this coin can provoke. And let's not forget the fear factor, because if you have one, every moment you wait to sell could be costing you hundreds of thousands. The market is moving, prices are climbing, and there are buyers right now ready to offer top dollar. And yes, there's a little humor in all of this. Imagine your neighbor scoffing at you. It's just a penny. Meanwhile, you're quietly smiling, knowing that coin sitting in your hand could one day buy a private yacht, a vacation home, or set you and your family up for generations. Suddenly, the joke isn't on you. It's on everyone who ignored the magic hiding in plain sight. Here's the truth: opportunities like this don't come twice. The 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't just a coin, it's a golden key to wealth, prestige, and recognition in the elite world of collectors. And the market is hotter than ever. Sellers are commanding 6- and 7-figure offers, and buyers are practically fighting over the few coins that remain. Imagine being the one who makes that call and turns a small, forgotten penny into nearly $1 million. If you've been holding on to old coins in your collection, it's time to take a close look. That penny lying in a drawer might not be just a penny anymore. It could be your ticket to the lifestyle you've always imagined: luxury, freedom, and the thrill of knowing you own something extraordinarily rare. And the clock is ticking because, in the coin world, scarcity creates urgency, and urgency creates immense value. So here's my challenge to you: dig through your collection, examine those old Lincoln cents, and ask yourself, do I have the 1978 no-mint Mark penny? And if you do, don't wait. The market isn't patient, and neither are collectors willing to pay almost $1 million for this historic treasure. This is your moment, your opportunity, and your invitation to turn history into fortune. Because in the world of rare coins, a tiny anomaly can deliver an enormous reward. Are you ready to discover it? Imagine holding a coin in your hand, a coin so ordinary that millions of Americans pass by it every day, yet hidden within it is a secret that could change your life forever. Today, we're diving into one of the most astonishing coin stories in American history, the 1997 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny. On the surface, it looks like any other penny in your pocket, but collectors around the world are chasing this tiny copper disc like treasure hunters chasing gold. And the reason? One perfect 1997 D penny with a rare mint error is currently valued at a staggering $976,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for a coin smaller than your fingernail. Can you imagine the difference a single coin could make? Your morning coffee, your vacation plans, your future, all suddenly elevated by a piece of history. But before we get into how this penny achieved such legendary status, let's rewind and uncover the story behind its creation. The Lincoln penny has been a cornerstone of American currency since 1909, honoring the great Abraham Lincoln. But coins aren't just money, they are history, and every tiny imperfection can turn an ordinary penny into an extraordinary treasure. In 1997, the Denver Mint produced millions of pennies, and like clockwork, most were flawless. But a few carried a unique error that makes them today's holy grail for collectors. Picture it: a coin that could have been tossed in your couch cushions, swept into a cash register, or lost in a drawer, now sitting quietly, waiting for someone with the eye to recognize its value. And that is where fear comes in. Because every moment you wait, someone else might snatch it up, someone who recognizes that this penny is not just metal, but a key to unimaginable wealth. Now, let's talk about the magic of this coin. The 1997 D-Mint Mark penny carries an extremely rare double die error. To the untrained eye, it's just a penny, but for collectors, it's a unicorn. The mint mark itself, slightly doubled, and the delicate inconsistencies in the lettering make it a once-in-a-lifetime find. Experts call it near perfect, and believe its rarity is virtually unmatched. Here's where it gets exciting: fewer than a handful are known to exist in this condition, meaning that if you do happen to own one, you are literally holding $1 million asset in the palm of your hand. That's right. While the world walks around worrying about stocks, real estate, or the latest cryptocurrency, one tiny penny quietly eclipses them all in sheer collectible value. And let me ask you, what would you do if you discovered that this coin was sitting in your attic, your old jar of coins, or your grandmother's antique dresser? Would you cash in, or would you hold on to a fortune without even knowing it? Here's a funny thought. Imagine trying to pay for groceries with a coin worth nearly $1 million. The cashier might just laugh, or faint. But here's the serious part. The market for this coin is hot, and demand is insane. Serious collectors, investors, and museums are all vying for the chance to own this piece of history. And that brings us to urgency. Every day that passes, more people learn about the 1997 penny, more people start searching their old coin jars, and more opportunities are lost for the uninitiated. The market isn't waiting for anyone. If you happen to stumble across this rare treasure, hesitation could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars, or even the full seven-figure value it commands today. That's why knowledge is power, and awareness could literally change your life. So, what does this all mean for you? If you're sitting on old pennies, whether in jars, drawers, or forgotten piggy banks, the 1997 Lincoln penny is a wake-up call. It's a reminder that ordinary things can hold extraordinary value, and sometimes the most profound fortunes are hiding in plain sight. And here's the kicker: because it's so rare, the 1997 penny is not just valuable, it's highly desirable. The market for it is aggressive. Buyers are ready to pay top dollar immediately. Collectors aren't just looking, they are competing. The clock is ticking. If you've ever thought, maybe this old coin is worth something, now is the moment to act. The opportunity to discover a potential $976,000 treasure could be in your hands right now. And the excitement of knowing that a small piece of copper could reshape your financial future, that's a thrill unlike any other. So, take a moment, examine those coins, and imagine the possibilities. One rare 1997 Lincoln penny, in the right hands, can turn an ordinary day into a historic moment. Don't let it slip through your fingers. The story of this penny isn't just about money, it's about discovery, excitement, and the extraordinary potential hiding in the ordinary. And if you are ready to find it, to recognize it, and to claim it, then maybe, just maybe, your fortune is already in your pocket. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, a small, unassuming Lincoln penny from 2005. To most, it's just a cent, a piece of metal that jingles in a pocket. But what if I told you that one particular 2005 penny, with no mint mark, could be worth nearly $1 million today? Yes, $929,000 to be precise. That's not a typo. That's the reality for collectors and savvy sellers who recognized its hidden value before it slipped through their fingers. If you've ever doubted the treasures hiding in your old change jar, this story will make you rethink every coin you've ever dismissed. And trust me, once you hear this, you'll be examining your loose pennies with a level of excitement bordering on obsession. Now, let's set the stage. In 2005, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies. Yet, a rare few escaped the standard process. They lack the mint mark that usually tells us where the coin was struck. This might seem trivial, but in the world of rare coins, it's everything. This tiny difference, almost invisible to the untrained eye, can transform an ordinary penny into a collector's dream, and a small change that could fund your dreams in ways you never imagined. Picture this: a coin dealer sifts through a stack of pennies at a flea market. Most are just pennies, destined to remain unnoticed. Then, click! Something catches their eye. That subtle absence of a mint mark. Their heart skips. They know immediately, this isn't just a penny. It's a story of luck, timing, and rarity converging in one tiny, copper disc. That excitement, the rush of knowing you might be holding a fortune, is exactly why coins like this command unbelievable prices. Now, let me pause and ask, how many times have you thrown away coins because they seemed worthless? Imagine if just one of them was the golden ticket that changed your financial life. Scary, isn't it? And here's the kicker: these coins aren't just rare, they're in high demand. Collectors across the country are willing to pay top dollar, and the market for rare pennies has never been hotter. In fact, the current estimated market value of this 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is $929,000. That's almost $1 million hiding in your pocket change. Funny thought, if someone offered you a lottery ticket worth almost $1 million but only if you noticed it sitting on the street, wouldn't you bend over backward to pick it up? That's exactly the opportunity coins like this present. It's urgency disguised as a quiet, copper coin. And here's the reality: every day that penny sits unnoticed, the chance to cash in diminishes because someone else, likely wealthier and sharper, is scanning the market. Now, imagine yourself holding that coin. Your hands tremble slightly as you realize that what you once thought of as small change could transform your lifestyle. Luxury trips, financial freedom, opportunities you've only dreamed of, they're all suddenly within reach. And it all starts with recognizing the hidden value in something others dismiss. This is why collectors pay top dollar for the 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. It's not just a coin, it's a symbol of vision, awareness, and timing. But here's the thing, opportunities like this don't wait. Every second, the market moves, prices fluctuate, and the right buyer might just be around the corner. If you have old coins tucked away in drawers, jars, or forgotten collections, now is the time to examine them closely. That ordinary penny might just be your ticket to financial freedom. And remember, the rarer the coin, the higher the demand. Coins like this don't depreciate. They appreciate with every passing year, making them some of the smartest, most exciting investments you can hold in your hand. So, what's the takeaway? The 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just a piece of history, it's a rare, high-demand treasure that could be worth nearly $1 million today. It's a reminder to stay curious, examine the overlooked, and act quickly when opportunity knocks. Because in the world of rare coins, fortune favors the vigilant, and your next $1 million find could be hiding in plain sight. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in your hand, so small, most people would toss it into a jar of spare change without a second thought. But what if I told you that this unassuming coin could be worth nearly $1 million today? Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $992,000 for a single penny. And we're not talking about some rare fantasy coin tucked away in a museum vault. We're talking about the 2060 mint mark Lincoln penny, one of the most sought-after coin errors in modern American history. Now, pause for a moment and ask yourself, what if the change rattling around in your drawer could change your life forever? I know it sounds like one of those too good to be true stories, but the truth is stranger, and far more exciting, than fiction. Before we dive in, let me ask you something humorous. Have you ever tried to buy a coffee with $1 million penny? I wouldn't recommend it unless you enjoy explaining awkward situations to baristas. But the lesson is clear, this coin isn't just rare. It's a ticket to an entirely different world of wealth and prestige, a hidden gem waiting for the right owner. Let's rewind to 2006. The United States Mint struck billions of pennies that year, all ordinary, all seemingly identical. But somewhere in the machinery, a single coin emerged with an imperfect D-mint mark, an error so subtle that most collectors might overlook it. Yet, for the trained eye, for those who understand the value of rarity, this small error instantly catapults the coin into the realm of extraordinary worth. Why does this happen? Coins, like life, are full of imperfections, and sometimes those imperfections become priceless. The 2060 Lincoln penny error is a testament to rarity, timing, and precision, a confluence of factors that makes it not just collectible, but irresistibly valuable. In today's market, demand is sky high. Wealthy collectors, investors, and coin enthusiasts are actively hunting for this very penny, knowing that missing out could mean losing a chance at something truly life-changing. Now, here's a little attention reset for you. Did you know that most people would actually throw this coin into a vending machine without noticing? Imagine turning down a $992,000 fortune because it looked just like a penny. That's not just a missed opportunity. That's a lesson in recognizing hidden value everywhere, even in the smallest places. And this is where the excitement truly begins. The market doesn't just value rarity, it hunts it. A single error like this Lincoln penny can ignite bidding wars, attract private collectors, and command offers that can completely reshape your financial reality. It's not hype, it's history and human desire converging in the most lucrative way possible. So, what does this mean for you today? If you happen to own a 2060 mint mark Lincoln penny, or even think you might, time is absolutely of the essence. The market is moving fast. Buyers are ready. $1 million deals are happening quietly, right now, behind closed doors. And those who hesitate? They watch opportunities vanish. Fear, excitement, and urgency collide in this very moment, And the choice is yours. Do you act or do you let fortune slip through your fingers? Imagine turning a coin you've held for years into life-altering wealth. Imagine finally understanding that the objects you overlook every day can carry unimaginable value. That's the power of rare coins, and that's the allure of the 2060 mint Mark Lincoln penny. The clock is ticking, the collectors are alert, and the question remains, are you ready to embrace the opportunity waiting in your own hands? So here's your takeaway: check your drawers, inspect your pennies, and recognize the potential hiding in plain sight. The story of the 2060 Lincoln penny isn't just about money, it's about awareness, timing, and the courage to act when opportunity knocks. One small coin, one massive opportunity. One decision that could change everything. Remember, history rewards the bold, the curious, and the vigilant. That penny could be more than just metal, it could be your gateway to the extraordinary. And if it's in your hands, it's already waiting for you.